are only just in front.
You can see the determination on his face, and if anyone is not familiar with the drive that this man has, you can certainly see it right here.
He's a great competitor, Brian. We saw the way he took the yellow jersey in the Pyrenees in the Tour de France. He lost it back to Greg LeMond. He took it back again and then lost it in the end. A look over his shoulder there to see what the progress is like. And he's coming towards the top of the Cote de Montagnole for the final time. And just around the corner ahead of him are the three leaders in the world title.
It's amazing how steep this climb is and how effortless these riders seem to be able to go up it when they are determined, as Fignon is right here. He makes another corner, many switchbacks on this climb, and he is a man possessed by a vision of rainbow jersey that he could win as a world champion.
Well, there's the chasing group, and they're losing ground on Fignon, and Fignon will know it now. He's gambled everything on this attack. So it looks as though Laurent Fignon is heading towards beer in the World Championship.
Can it be possible that he will exact his revenge from the humiliation of the Tour de France? It certainly seems so. Stay with us. We'll be back. Claveriola and Konishev with Laurent Fignon in hot pursuit.
So there's just 4 miles remaining now of the 163, and Greg LeMond has made his move. Look at this. Greg LeMond has flown across the gap from the chasing group. He's caught Laurent Fignon, and he's making it look so easy. Fignon glances over his shoulder there, but I don't think he'll know yet that Greg LeMond has joined him. That is a fine piece of riding by the American. Now he knows, because he's looked through to his inside, and LeMond attacks him. And Fignon is finding somewhere the reserve to go and catch up with LeMond.
Laurent Fignon's worst nightmare has come back to life. Greg LeMond surging on the hill in the final stage of the Tour de France. These two fought some 3 minutes apart. Here they're side by side on the final climb.
And look at this, LeMond goes again. LeMond goes again, and this time he has the three leaders in sight. So for the first time in the best part of 3.5 hours, the men at the head of the World Championship can be seen. And it's the American Greg LeMond who races to get across to them first. He's dragging with him Laurent Fignon, and Fignon's in trouble. Fignon has lost the gap just like he did in the Tour de France. LeMond is going away from him. So Laurent Fignon, but the top of the hill is coming, Brian, and Fignon can come back yet.
Here comes LeMond right around the trio. And look at Claveriola. The fight in him is not yet gone. As LeMond comes by, it is the Frenchman that goes to his wheel as they begin now the descent.
So we have LeMond leading from Claveriola, Konishev and Stephen Rooks. Fignon is just off the back. This is Steve Bauer here, also trying to cross the gap. And look at this. Steve Bauer has a flat back tyre. I'm certain, Brian, that Steve Bauer had a flat back tyre there as he was coming down this descent.
He is certainly, yes it is. Look, the flat rear tire, he's signaling, but it's far too late to change a wheel and get back in. A man that probably has the most incredible bad luck when he's so close to victory or a chance at it here in the World Championship again.
I can't believe that, Brian. Last year disqualified from the World Championship. Now he's out at the most crucial moment with a flat. He won't believe it either. But this is now developing into one of the finest finishes for years. And this is the group behind, and they look as though they're beaten. Robert Miller is there in the white jersey, number 3 in line. These are the stragglers now on what has been a day of attrition in this rain. Most of them have given up, and we hear that less than 50 are still riding around the course. Still the crowd cheer up the remnants of this World Championship, and this bunch here do not know what is happening at the front and what a dramatic end we're in for.
The final 2 miles of the race course, and on the descent now, it is very difficult for attacks to happen and gaps to be closed. There's Laurent Fignon, though. He has rejoined and, in fact, gone away from the small group that he was with. And Greg LeMond is the one that's making the chase right now.
But Brian, I can't believe this. This World Championship is coming down between the two same men who dominated the Tour de France, and it's Fignon just ahead now of Greg LeMond, and the other three trying to match the pace. We're on the descent now, down towards the finish in Chambéry.
They've certainly thrown caution to the wind, even on this wet road. No tiptoeing around the corners for this group, not with a World Championship at stake. 90 kilometers an hour, nearly 60 miles an hour for the breakaway group. And Fignon has been caught by LeMond. There are 5 riders together now. Rooks in the back, 2 Frenchmen, the Soviet and American Greg LeMond.
Well, the odds now surely are on the side of the French with 2 riders here. But Konishev is the man pushing the pace, and this really is a fine piece of riding by him. He's been out amongst the leaders all day, and he still will not give up. We saw him waiting when the 3 were about to be caught, and now it seems he was keeping something back for the sprint.
With less than 2 miles to go, this race is far from
of this year's title race, and Konishev of the Soviet Union leading the race down the mountain towards the finish in Chambéry. And he's being chased here by Clavarola, and these are the remnants, we just caught a glimpse there, of the 3 riders who are chasing them, and it includes Greg LeMond. Through the chicane, the road's now extremely wet and slippery.
It appears as though Clavarola and Konishev, 2 of the original heroes, are now back at the front. But they look a little slow, and even Konishev now is looking back at the other 3. And here's Greg LeMond in full cry. He's caught them again.
Well, LeMond was asking for somebody to come and help with the chase there, and Laurent Fignon, thinking of his teammates, Clavarola, would not take up the pace.
Even a hand gesture by LeMond there, a little bit frustrated, but he's nevertheless closed the gap to the leaders, and we're back together with 5. And here's Kelly now. Sean Kelly has come up from the group behind and joined the front group as well.
So the great veteran of the World Championship, Sean Kelly, who's won a silver medal as far back as 1982 in England, is now back in this race. He's prepared for it, he wants to win it, and surely at 33 now, the man in green, this has got to be his last shot.
He's certainly one of the most dangerous sprinters in the group. And here goes Laurent Fignon, not wanting to wait for a sprint against Sean Kelly or Greg LeMond or any of the others. Laurent Fignon, again, very animated here as we come down to just the final mile and a half or so of this race.
6 riders remaining, Clavarola dangling off the back. Perhaps at last the man from France is feeling the pressure. Fignon has eased, LeMond has marked him, and somebody's gone, and it looks to me as though Rooks has gone. Rooks has put in another attack, he's opened the gap. Now can they react? Fignon is tired after that attack.
And Greg LeMond, having just caught Fignon, also tired. Those 2 are watching each other, and here goes Rooks, taking advantage of the hesitation, and once again it's LeMond that takes up the chase.
Where does Greg LeMond find his energy from? This man will not give up this year. The winner of the Tour de France, he's now chasing down Stephen Rooks. Tremendous attack going on here by Greg LeMond. He could still win this World Championship if he can catch up with the crowd of the...
Come the rest of the players, led by Laurent Fignon.
Well, we're approaching the final half mile of this world title. There are 6 riders here who could now take it away with them. And here we come, the red kite up there says 1 kilometre from the finish. Laurent Fignon on the far right is Konishev. The green jersey is Kelly, but the attack goes. Laurent Fignon has gone. LeMond has countered the move. Kelly looks to me, Brian, as though he's struggling.
Well, Laurent Fignon has decided to take matters into his own hands here in the final kilometer of the race course. Less than half a mile to go now. LeMond is on his wheel, and Fignon making his bid for victory. Kelly's got the good position behind LeMond for Rooks and Clavarola and the Soviet Konishev in the rest of the spots behind them. Now Fignon gives it up a little bit, and even LeMond is looking around nervously, and so is Kelly.
This is a tense finish. There's so many riders here. Know now they are a spit away from a world title, and nobody willing to open the chase, because the man that does will lose the title. That's what they're thinking. Konishev on the far left, a Russian rider in a professional world title for the first time in the history of the sport. He would love the title today. Laurent Fignon being marked all the time by Greg LeMond. They'll see the finish now, and this is the sprint starting.
Fignon breaks on the right, and Greg LeMond on the left. LeMond in the lead, going to the straightaway line. Sean Kelly on his wheel in second spot. LeMond still in the lead, coming down the straightaway. Kelly makes a break on the left side. And on the right, it's Konishev, the Soviet. Greg LeMond leading. His hand in the air. He's got it. The World Championship title to Greg LeMond.